Internet's gonna have a titty attack now. Guys, it's Simon from the Breaking Point here. The E3 Microsoft press conference just ended, and I'm gonna jump right into some of the points and stuff that happened. They opened up with Metal Gear Solid 5. Now, everyone's saying this is a jab at Sony, knowing that it is a Sony exclusive. Uh, Metal Gear Solid. Everyone knows Sony for having Metal Gear Solid. It looked great. It was a very Japanese presentation to um, the way they presented it to us. Um, then they went to talk about 2 free games for Xbox Live, which kind of sounds like PlayStation Plus. So I think Microsoft is trying to pick up some of the slack and some of the backlash from all the things that have been being announced and being said about the Xbox One. The conference, in my opinion, was great. Um, they presented nothing but games, nothing but games, nothing but games. Some of the games they spoke about were Killer Instinct, uh, wow, Dead Rising 3, which looked great. A new Halo, of course. 343 had to make a new Halo game. Metal Gear Solid 5, like I said. Quantum Break, Project Spark, and then they showed some new things, some features like the Twitch feature, the DVR feature to record some game capture, and they spoke about nothing but exclusives. And there were some technical difficulties with Crimson Dragon. There was no sound. That started happening with Battlefield 4. And then you had D-bags in the audience who were screaming stuff out. And those are the traditional people that go on the internet and whine about everything. But the conference itself was really great. I feel like there are some unanswered questions because they didn't answer the question of the used games. So everyone's automatically assuming that it's still not going to take used games. I feel like there is an opening for them to say if there's going to be used games or not through video game magazines and after E3 talking to people because all that information gets to us anyway. So I feel like they said it's gonna play used games, but it's up to the developers. So it's really up to the developers now. So it's not about the Xbox One anymore. So they didn't mention the connectivity issue. So that is true that you do have to connect every 24 hours, which isn't a problem because most people have a solid internet connection anyway. But it does suck if you don't have the internet or you lose the internet. You can't play. I feel like that's an obstacle you can get over. Um, the big thing was the games. Everyone wanted to see games, 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 and they delivered on games. Um, Other than that, there was no mention of Call of Duty at all at this conference, and that's because Call of Duty had their conference before this and showed off everything they needed to show off about Call of Duty. So Call of Duty wasn't even in the Xbox conference at all. I feel like the Meta review was their presentation that they were going to make at E3. And I think they did that for 2 reasons. To shut everybody up about, there's a Call of Duty game, the Call of Duty haters. And then 2, to give more window of opportunity for other games. They did show some 360 games that are still coming out that look really good. Um, I was really impressed with some of the 360 work. And they're making a new 360. Now, this is the problem with the new 360. They modeled it to look like the Xbox One so that way when you buy the Xbox One, it can be next to your 360 because it won't play your 360 games. So they want something that looks like it. So that way it can resemble each other. So you can have them side by side and no one will know the better. It kind of looks like one long system. Now I think that's cool. I'm not gonna buy it. I already have a 360. It works. Maybe if my 360 doesn't work, I'll get the Xbox One lookalike 360. I'm getting the Xbox One anyway, so then the price. It is priced at $4.99, and it's going to be coming out in November. So right before Christmas time, like always, Wii U did it. and the price is now $4.99. Now I think Sony's sitting there with their notepads writing because their conference is tonight. Now I will be covering all the E3 events, like always. Every year I do it. And this is Simon from the Breaking Point, signing out. Later, guys. Please subscribe, like the video, and comment how you feel about the Xbox. And come back later on today for EA, Ubisoft, Sony, then Nintendo. Later, guys.